I'm Camille. Welcome to my channel, The Confused Playlist, where I get to talk about anything music related that I feel like talking about. And today I want to talk about the undeniable, slow burning horror movie death that has been Drake's career ever since he bought Tupac's ring. Yes, this ring. Tupac personally designed the ring in 1996 as a symbol of power, of perseverance, and even love. Basically, it was his own self-coronation as the king of hip-hop. The last time that we saw Pac wear the ring was in 96 at the VMAs shortly before he passed away. Fast forward to 2023 and the Tupac estate decided to auction off the ring. Well, who swooped in to buy it? Aubrey Drake Graham for a cool $1 million. 3 days after he bought it, he posted this on Instagram, and if you really think about it, nothing has gone right in Drake's life ever since. Drake, the king of Instagram captions, thought that he was posting the most expensive artifact in hip-hop history. But maybe, just maybe, that post was the beginning of his downfall. Now, why do I think the ring is cursed? It's pretty simple. If there was any rapper petty enough in the history of rap to put a curse on his jewelry, it'd be Tupac Shakur. Now, Tupac died in 96, so I know there might be some people that are watching this video that weren't around when Tupac was here, or maybe they were too little to really understand the type of man that he was. But even by today's standards, Tupac was extra as fuck. I was a teenage girl who was madly in love with Tupac. If you know anything about teenage girls, they pay attention to everything. I could have told you what color his socks were last Tuesday. Like, that's kind of how obsessed I was. And I can absolutely see him get the ring and put it on and admire it and think to himself, I wish death upon anybody that tries to take this from me, and really mean it. Now, technically, Drake didn't steal the ring. He bought it fair and square. But ever since he bought it, I can't stop thinking about the damn monkey's paw. For the uninitiated, the monkey's paw is a horror story that was written in the early 1900s about a mummified monkey's paw that could grant you 3 wishes, but at a really steep cost. One guy wished for enough money to pay off his house so that his family didn't have to work so hard. The next day, his son goes to work. He gets killed in a freak accident, and the company gives him just enough money to pay off his house as compensation for his son's life. The moral of the story, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it in the worst possible way. Now, when you think about it, bidding at an auction is kind of like wishing with money. So Drake really did wish to own Tupac's ring. He got it, but let's look at his life ever since. So the month that Drake bought the ring, which was July of 2023, he was on his It's All a Blur tour. That's really hard to say. So after pulling off 70 shows just fine, starting in July, they start canceling shows left and right. Scheduling conflicts, logistical reasons, all kinds of unknown reasons. This tour starts falling apart. 3 months after he bought the ring, in October of 2023, he drops For All the Dogs. I really only listened to 3 songs on the album. I've never listened to the whole thing, so I'm going to take the internet's word for it.
Like with Drake here, we're getting another bloated head scratcher that leaves me wondering who exactly is this record intended for? And all of his ex-lovers are clownish and stupid like, any given boyfriend in a Taylor Swift song. So basically this record is the most Drake thing ever.
Apparently it was mid. 5 months after he bought the ring, in December of 23, he debuted his Anita Max Win alter ego for Steak.
Roche brought me the hat that I need for this stream right here. This is my alter ego. Anita Maxwin. Anita Maxwin.
He later used that name for his Australian tour that nobody asked for. In my opinion, this wasn't a tour. It was a bad British game show where Drake was both the host and the musical act. I think that whole tour was set up by Steak because Steak is not allowed to advertise in Australia. I made a video about it. I'll link it at the end if you want to see it. It's a pretty good video. So now it's 8 months after he bought the ring and he's dropped an album and it didn't go up the way that he's used to his albums going up, at least not by his standards. He's still on tour, but it's falling apart and they're having to cancel shows left and right. And then on March 24th, 2024, Like That drops.
Motherfuck the big 3, nigga, it's just big me, nigga, bum.
Kendrick set a trap, Drake took the bait, and the great civil war of 2024 was on. Drake took his first L before Kendrick even said anything when he made that AI Tupac verse on Taylor Made Freestyle to taunt Kendrick. He didn't just piss off Kendrick, he pissed off the Tupac estate. They made him take it down. He pissed off the West Coast. He pissed off hip hop. He was begging Kendrick to open his mouth. and he got what he wished for. Now, I'm sure we're all caught up with the beef. We know exactly what happened. They went back and forth with a bunch of tracks, and Drake got his ass whooped. However, for historical purposes, if you're watching this video 20 years from now and you're trying to figure out what happened, may I direct you to the legal document that UMG just dropped to dismiss Drake's case. In today's words, they cooked his ass in legal documents. Speaking of lawsuits, 18 months after Drake bought Tupac's ring, somebody convinced him to file a defamation case for Not Like Us, not against the person that actually defamed him, but his record label for distributing it. Now, as of filming this, we don't know what the outcome of that case is going to be. Most people think that he's going to lose, but even if Drake does win, it's going to make him the most hated artist in hip hop because it's going to be the end of rap battles as we know them. I genuinely think the thought of the man that is currently trying to burn hip hop down owning his ring is legitimately making Tupac turn in his grave. Can you imagine what Tupac would say about Drake if he was able to do a quick little interview from heaven?
All of y'all motherfuckers, fuck you, die slow, motherfucker. My phone make sure all y'all kids don't grow.
Personally, if I had it like that to buy Tupac's ring, I would have bought it to honor him, not to flex. I wouldn't just drop a grainy ass film on Instagram. I would literally commission like somebody to do a short film about it and post that, and then I would donate it to museums. Now, I might borrow it back every once in a while for a picture or two, but in my mind, it wouldn't belong to me. It would belong to hip hop and to history. Drake bought Pharrell's jewelry after he sold it all, and him and Pharrell have beef, so he bought it just to be petty and show everybody how rich he is. And when he bought Tupac's ring to flex and show everybody how rich he is. Do we really think that if Tupac can maybe take a little 2-hour field trip from heaven to come down to hand out his most prized possession, that he would give it to Drake? The rapper who uses ghostwriters, the rapper who steals from other artists, the rapper who is suing because he got his feelings hurt in a battle that he asked for. Drake is the last person that Tupac would want wearing his ring. And I stand by what I said. If there were any rapper in the history of all rappers to ever exist that was petty enough to truly put a curse on his jewelry, it's Tupac Shakur. Now, of course, there's no way to know if this ring is really cursed until somebody else owns it. But ask yourself, has anything gone right for Drake ever since he bought it? Nothing has gone right for Drake since he bought Tupac's ring. Anyway, this is my crazy theory of the day. Let me know if you think I'm onto something down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this video, I am a small channel. I'm really trying to grow, so I really appreciate if you do the YouTube things that people are always begging you for. Because I'm not monetized, leaving me a like really is like leaving me a $20 tip, and I really, really, really appreciate it. I will see you next time. Have a great weekend. Bye.